You know, the thing about this Iran war, I think it's time to wrap her up. You've had your fun. You're the government. You got your rocks off.
Yeah, blew some shit up.
You blew some. It's the equivalent of a guy that, you know, he's married. He's kids. He works at Hewlett Packard. He works at Hewlett Packard. He's not having a great time. Every now and then he needs to go kill a couple of hookers.
Sure.
Bury a homeless guy, light him on fire.
Yeah, you gotta get the demons out. It's a little Dexter situation.
But it's been a couple days now. Your wife's calling. You were supposed to pick the kids up for soccer practice. You missed a recital. It's time to go back home.
Well, I got good news for you, Ryan.
I'm listening.
The S&P 500 just hit an all-time high today. So I think it's over.
And you know what? The guy killing homeless people, he would know that if he went back. And you're right. It's people are sort of moving on. There's people at Coachella right now. They're just like, listen, you guys had your fun. You had your little experiment.
Sure. It's good try.
Well, and some people are like, but I've got the taste. Lost. Yeah, you can. But you can.
Buddy, you got the taste. Let me tell you about a little island called Cuba, pal. If you got the taste, you're about to be eating whatever the hell they eat there. Beans and rice, dude. You're going to be nonstop beans and rice.
You say that like it's a bad thing. The one thing I will say about Cuba.
Ryan's a legendary bean man.
People say the Cuba food is terrible.
Yeah.
And they say the cars are cool.
No,
the food's terrible.
Food there's fantastic.
Oh, well, I've always heard it's bad.
No. You ate at a resort.
Then it wasn't great.
Yeah. No, I was in Havana and I went to restaurants. Food's good.
Okay, fine.
Well,
I've heard notoriously it's not good.
The resorts, dog food.
The Americans don't go to Cuba as much because
there's a reason.
Right, those are the whole. But the Canadians actually go to Cuba a lot. It's like that's the cheap vacation spot, right?
The cheapest.
And you'd go there, and the guy at the thing would be like, "Please take me out of this life. Like, I'll suck your dick."
Dude, that was the if you ever went to an all-inclusive. Probably they have this in other countries too. I don't want to say specifically Cuba. Didn't you know like a guy who basically the guy who like runs the
janitor at my building?
Yeah, but it's like the guy who like
he found a woman.
Yeah, exactly. Tell him.
The guy who worked in my building when I lived in Toronto, who was like my buddy too, right? He basically would try as hard as he can to smash all the girls that were there on like bachelorette parties, this and that, right? The girls' trips. And then he ended up getting his teeth into one of them. And then they would go back and forth. They were corresponding. She'd come once a year. She got him out. Eventually, after 3 or 4 trips, he convinced her, like, baby, I want to be with you forever. You got to. So she married him, moved him to Toronto, and then they have a kid together. The guy got out clean. He literally fucked his way out of communism.
Dude, it's what we call a meal ticket. He did it.
He's successful. Yeah, he did the impossible.
That's the Cuban dream. Is just fuck some, 38-year-old chick on a girl's trip.
I don't want to besmirch the guy's wife. She could be good looking.
Yeah,
but
she might be.
I never met the wife. All signs point to she's not.
There was a little, he had to give something to get something, as we say.
But this guy's living clean. He's got a job being the super at this building, where, by the way, he works an hour a day.
Yeah, dude. It's just like back in Cuba. Just like back in Cuba.
This guy does dick all, man.
He goes, damn, I get paid all this money to work as much as I did in fucking Havana?
I mean, he would literally shoot the shit with me for 45 minutes at a time.
Oh, yeah.
I'd have to tell him, like, listen, I do have stuff to do.
The sidewalk needs some salt, okay?
So, that's my opinion is you've lit the homeless guy on fire.
Yeah.
You've had your fun.
We had our fun.
You've taken you've burned the hooker with a cigarette lighter. Yeah. Yes, and you go, the S&P 500's up. You look at your finances. Remember, you used to have a job as a junior trader at JP Morgan.
Sure. And I mean, that's what everybody was saying. Oh, this war's going to disaster. Look at my 401k. 401k, all-time highs.
Well, and you're saying that is because that's the sign.
I think
the stock market thinks it's over.
The money's saying this thing's over.
The big money's saying, you guys don't have steam. This is...
Yeah. You're going to... kind of wrap. The big money's going...
The big money's wiping their hands clean of this thing,
this
right?
Is over.
Big money's saying, hey, listen, I'm at Coachella right now.
Yeah, back to AI.
That's true.
Which, by the way, I don't know if you saw this. That shoe company.
Vans.
No.
Airwalk.
No.
Nike.
No. It was that shitty.
Why don't you just tell me what's
Allbirds? You remember those? Like they were like some hippie shoe company or whatever, and then they basically went bankrupt. They were like worth $1 billion in the height of like 5 years ago, and then someone just bought them for $40 million.
Bird dogs.
No, not Bird Dogs. Allbirds.
Shut up, boys.
Yeah, Bird Dogs. That's what I was trying to remember. Bird Dogs is a sponsor. They are not. But anyways, today Allbirds goes, yeah, we're getting into AI data centers. Like a shoe company is like.
It's Kevin O'Leary's whole thing. He goes, I'm an actor and a shoe and a AI data center guy now.
Yeah, and we're getting an AI data center. Stock goes up 800%.
But with what?
Don't ask questions, Ryan. You're going to fuck it up for all the bulls.
Okay, we're getting into the AI data
Yeah, literally, I saw this. I go, BOYSCAST should be pivoting to AI data centers. Literally,
what does that even mean?
We should be sitting on just AI, like just GPUs right now, just printing cash as we do the podcast.
What does that mean, though? They're taking their little cash flow.
It doesn't matter what it means. You're not asking the right questions. You're asking what it means. I'm asking, when do I get to buy a yacht?
Right.
When's the yacht going to get delivered? You're not asking the right questions.
You're making a good point. It's the Jack Dorsey where every time you're just like, you know what? The stock's a little down. Yeah. We're not doing great. We got to fire 30,000 people. And you go, why are you 30,000 people getting fired? And you go, AI, baby.
Of course.
We're all in on AI.
It's Silicon Valley where they're trying to get some revenue. And he's like, no, you got to be pre-revenue. Because that way, if you have no revenue, the sky's the limit.
Yeah. Once we have revenue, it'll be crazy.
Yeah, well, once we have revenue, that's when things are kind of.
We haven't started thinking about that.
Yeah, we're pre-revenue.
Just like a guy saying, I'm pre-committing.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
So that's what I'm saying. These people are wrapping it up. The stock market thinks they're wrapping it up.
Yeah, that's what the stock market.
People are at Coachella now, which, by the way, you know who doesn't get to enjoy Coachella? And I know you think this is a big funny joke, but my 600-pound life star Dolly Martinez dies at 30, so I'm just gonna pour one out for her.
Pour one out for her.
And they usually
shout
live
out to
pretty
the fat
long,
influencers. So. Was she a fat influencer? I guess she kind of was.
Was my Johnny? Could you look that up? My 600-pound life star. Was she a fat influencer? The star of my 600.
But was she like a purposeful, like, this is sick? Or
no, they're trailer trash.
Yeah.
They're just, their thing is I'm fat. They were really rubbing it in your face, and it's amazing.
Yeah, I like that. I've seen a few episodes of My 600-Pound Life. I like that the guy, that weird, like, European doctor dude. Really weird. And he's always, his whole advice is like, hey, if you could just like walk to your car and back? Can we just do that? Can you just get up and just get a little exercise?
And we'll take it from there.
Can you just try to walk to your car?
Anyways, there was a bunch of controversies at the
By the way, I don't know if I'm getting too old, but I see Coachella right now, and I go, I would fucking hate everything.
I hate that. Dude, I'm not a festival guy, period.
Even if I had one of those sick like Airstream things, and you're doing it nice, I go, I would hate that.
There is no doing it nice. It's for girls. See, listen, I've played a lot of festivals, and if you're 14,
young
whatever,
man's game.
Yeah, but it's not. I don't even want to say young man's game. In my opinion, going to festivals is a girl thing a little bit.
Yeah.
Or a girlfriend thing. But I do not think like a group of, listen, there's a bunch of dudes that sometimes in an influencer thing to some degree, that one, and a Justin Trudeau thing. But I think that you're saying a drug addict thing because you think you're hippie festivals and you go, it's a excuse for me to get high out of my mind.
People are not doing drugs at the Coachella?
No, but I'm saying that you're looking at it as like, this was an excuse to go get blitzed out of my mind.
Yeah.
Carefree, you know what I mean? So to speak.
Sure.
It's not fun sitting there, sweaty with a bunch of, all the girls start to look gross.
Yeah.
For starters.
Oh yeah, day 2 or 3.
Waiting in line so you can see pop stars.
Yeah,
and
probably you're like, I don't know any of these people. I know like 4 of them.
Well, you never saw. I got to wait in line so I can see Justin Bieber on his laptop. No, thank you.
No, thank you.
There was also other festivals. Johnny probably knows this one, but there was a Punk in the Park.
Okay.
That was about to happen, and there was like this huge festival going on, and a lot of these bands were coming back and all this sort of thing. And then they found out that the guy donated like $50 to Trump, like 2000.
That to cancel the whole thing.
Buddy, it was like the biggest controversy. Maybe I'll talk about more on that Patreon because I got some inside scoop on it. I don't get too into like punk gossip. But
you freeloaders don't get the inside scoop.
Well, people don't care as much as maybe I do. Okay. But yeah, I have a few people that I know that were just like, this guy was like kind of... He would run these like pretty big festivals, and it was like kind of big paydays for everyone. It's like a lot of bands. It's like, we would do 6 dates on this thing, get $15,000 a day each, and you're like, he's kind of cooking. And then basically they uncovered the guy. One of the bands uncovered the guy donated $50 to Trump, and it was just like became the biggest thing. And they got sponsors all were getting killed, and the whole thing got canceled or whatever.
You hate to see it,
but yeah, there was the yodeling. Sabrina Carpenter was basically doing her set, and then someone started doing the Arab throat yodels, basically.
Yep.
And then she was like, what is that? Is it yodeling? Sabrina Carpenter was the one that I think she went viral recently for being like, men are the fucking worst.
Agreed.
We don't need them. Yeah. big pop star, and then someone's doing the throat yodeling, and she was like, "What is that?" And then people are like, Sabrina Carpenter doesn't know fucking throat yodels, and then she had to apologize, being like, "Listen, I forgot that anything done by non-white people is always amazing."
Always amazing, yeah. Yeah, I mean,
I remember
she fucked up.
Indian throat singing was this too, where it's just like these. I've been sort of saying this in my act, but I'm like, I'm not a big other cultures guy.
No.
And by the way, white people have a lot of bad cultures. Sure. I don't have to pretend I like them. You know what I mean?
No.
Like if any of this bullshit was white people, if you had a friend.
No, if there's literally some fucking dude from, you'd be like, shut the fuck up.
I do you not understand the cultural significance? I go, I don't care. I don't care about the cultural significance of your food.
Yeah.
I do not care about the cultural significance of your clothing that looks stupid.
Question. Do you think Sabrina Carpenter looked out at the direction of the sound and saw just some huge corn-fed white guy with overalls and like a straw, like wheat in his mouth? Right. So then she's like, oh, this is totally acceptable for me to be like, what's going on? And then she looked down and it was a girl in like a hijab and she goes,
I'm screwed.
Oh my God.
No, she didn't think anything of it till she got to the internet, and the internet had a field day on, and she is the internet's bitch.
Yeah.
So she bent right over, right?
Yeah, she's gonna have to make some big donations to Hezbollah.
I am so fucking sorry that I ever said anything bad about anyone that's not white.
Just don't comment on people's cultures.
You basically have
not in her world.
You have to literally hold the opinion that you go, everything done by anyone ever in a different part of the world is amazing.
Okay, now
even if it sounds like this.
Do you think the reason why she did that is because she, in her Instagram algorithm, she sees a lot of crowd work clips?
I'm listening.
Right, and so she sees that and she's like, oh, maybe I can, make this a little funny.
Yeah.
Right, and then she was about to hit her with, what do you do?
I'm going to do a little crowd work. What do you do for a living, yodeler?
And then she started with like a funny face and was about to hit the, what do you do?
I'm going to crush the algorithm right now.
Well, people were not expecting Sabrina Carpenter to go in the crowd,
Right.
So she's like, this is music and comedy.
I'm having a weird moment. Someone's doing a weird sound. Little did she know, bam, not a white sound. You're done.
No. Anyways, come yodel at our shows.
Not a big, and you're right. It's sounding me curmudgeon-y, but it's like, I don't need weird. I can't pretend to like bad things.
No.
And festivals.
You know what's better
is
than
for girls.
You know what's a little better than Coachella? A little bit of peace and quiet. I want to talk, not to out curmudgeon you, but man, a little bit of just peace and quiet. Woo, that hits hard.
I don't mind a fun event. So no, if you in, okay, I would say a boys trip.
Yeah.
6 people, you go somewhere, run havoc on the city.
I mean, I'm going to fish at the Sphere next weekend.
About as much as, yeah. Well, also not great. I had a fish meme for you.
Sphere's cool though.
Hold on.
Fish memes. Ryan's got the fish meme algo.
Hold on.
It's a niche algo.
Fish announces plans to sing 5 words, then dick around for 27 minutes.
Pretty accurate. Yeah, that's about. But dude, the fucking visuals, man. Ooh.
So the Iran war, among every other war, is being fought in memes right now.
Uh-huh.
So
the Lego meme.
So yeah, because you mentioned, you're like, oh, you've got a meme. That's how wars are fought right now.
Yeah.
So Trump's in a meme war with one of the Iran embassies. Mm-hmm. Have you seen that?
The Lego stuff, or which one?
Bunch of them. So there's all the countries have their embassies, and they've sort of got on board with the idea that we're into memes now.
Yeah, it's a big meme.
So they're releasing videos of like Trump as Venom, basically, and Jeffrey Epstein's whispering in his ear.
Oh,
like,
yeah,
you got the war. You got this. We need you to get the evil in you. And then he gets up and he goes, what do you want, Jeffrey? Jeffrey's Satan in this thing, right?
Well, that's because, the chief Iranian propagandist, that doctor guy who said that they was sick that they didn't have internet because it was like the 90s.
Right.
That guy...
he's also a meme lord.
He's also he's also a bit of a meme lord,
but he's good at it.
He's the one who started the Epstein. He's the one who kind of started saying, this is really popularizing. This is the Epstein class, like referring to the U.S. government who's fighting this war as the Epstein.
Well,
class.
he's actually pretty good at propaganda.
Yeah, they're good. Yeah. They outsource it apparently
to like an 18-year-old.
Yes, but it's like an 18-year-old who's sympathetic.
Please tell me that's
Iran.
an Israeli guy.
No. It's like an Iranian. It's like a sympathetic to like the guy who makes all those Lego videos is some like Iranian kid, and he has like 10 guys working for him.
I got a Jewish thing for you. You tell me if this is true.
Yeah,
but this is I've read. My sources have hit me with.
Sure.
Apparently, there's a big thing where because there's explosions and stuff like that, and because of the war. Israeli people will go to dinner.
Oh, I saw.
And then
did you send that to me? Or
no,
I saw that. Yeah.
But they'll go to dinner, and then if there's any noise anywhere, they act like they thought. They
They just dine and dash based off of. Certainly possible. I mean, that's the thing. Oh, no time to pay the check. Missiles incoming. Do you want to leave a card? No. We'll get you back. We'll get you next week. You know our face. Come on.
Do you think that's true? You know me.
Dude, it was like, remember when we used to go to the Japanese restaurant during COVID?
Right.
And then
we got busted by the cops.
The cops showed, this is during COVID, and there was a curfew in New York. And there was this one Japanese place in the East Village where we go to, and they were so bumping and skirting the laws that they put up a fence so that you couldn't see people eating from the street. And then one day, like 50 cops showed up, and they just told everybody, just leave. Don't pay your bills. Just leave.
Yeah, free 99 day.
Yeah, it was sick. Except for that our spot got blown up.
But do you think that's happening?
Yes. I mean, the thing is, those missile sirens, I think the thing is, you're like, you have like 2 minutes.
Yeah.
I can't be, dude, I'm a bunch of old Jews being like, what's 15% of no pre-tax?
Sorry. I apologize to everyone at the table. My bad. What is 9% of?
Yeah. What's 4% of the? No, we do it on pre-tax. And then it's like,
we do it on pre-tax.
No, we don't tip on alcohol. Just the food we tip on. 4%. Get me the abacus.
4% minus the alcohol.
Yeah. It's like by the time you figure out those calculations, you're toast.
You're on their side. You go, yeah. At the very least, you're saying you have plausible deniability.
Of course. I mean, you're fighting for your life right here.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so the meme war right now, you have Trump versus the Pope.
Yep.
Trump versus Iran.
Trump versus Christians.
Trump versus Christians.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's left-right meme wars, but it does feel like right now, if that's how propaganda or meme or wars are being fought, in 10 years, your life will be one big meme.
Yeah.
You are essentially...
Well, it might be Neuralink, where you just the meme just gets injected straight into your brain.
Correct, yeah. So that is not a positive direction the world's going in, where we're 90% memes.
Yeah, everybody's online, and look, a meme is so just digestible. It's so easy to.
It's the equivalent of who has the best meme makers. I mean, it really is a fight of who has the best meme makers.
Kind of. I mean, the question is how much does the government listen to the people? Because obviously, if there's a meme that's so powerful, it's
you like the Ring.
Yeah, it's just like the most powerful, or like the atom bomb. It's like you
got to keep it in
God destroyer of worlds or whatever, that kind of meme.
Yeah.
But if everybody's all up in arms, then the government's just like, yeah, we're still just doing what we're doing.
We're doing whatever we want.
Yeah.
Sort of, but it makes things harder. And at the end of the day, people still do have to vote.
Yep.
So the Trump Pope started with the Pope, right? Am I getting this right? The Pope sort of...
Chicago Pope.
He took the original shot.
Oh, you love Chicago shows.
Yeah.
Chicago Pope.
Well, actually, that makes sense because in Chicago PD, he often gets into it with the pastors.
Right. And now the Pope.
By the way, before we even get into it, I'm not going to comment on who's right and who's wrong because I can comment on that.
Well, I'm on the side of the Lord.
I'm more on the side of the Pope in terms of his point about the war.
Yeah.
That all being said, I am a bit of... Like, I'm obviously not religious, but I am a bit of... It does annoy me that the Pope sort of pick and chooses his things where he gets...
Sure.
And you sort of have to... Do you know what I mean?
And he is weak on crime. He's a weak on crime Pope.
Yeah, you have... It reminds me of, like, someone raising kids, and there's, like, a grandmother that has a lot of reverence, and she sort of, like, pokes her head in every now and then to be like... you should raise his allowance. And you're like, mind your business.
Yeah, don't you have your own thing to do?
So I do get that, even though I kind of agree with him on the point more.
Yeah, I mean, he's just like, hey, war is bad.
Right.
War's bad.
Danny's doing
all right, thanks, Pope.
Danny's doing peace signs for those who can't say.
For those who can't see.
Right. But I will say, if I ever had a thing where the Pope, you're in a fight about something and the Pope came down and there's just like, I talked to the Lord and he's actually on her side, I'd be like, shut the fuck.
Oh, I got a good idea for a Trump Pope meme, actually.
I'm listening.
For Trump to go after the Pope is turn those feet kissing videos into him just like sucking toes. Like a toe sucker Leo. What's it tell me?
If you're on the Trump team, yeah.
If you're on the Trump team, you make videos of the Pope sucking toes.
Well, sometimes they have a lot of like social media PR firms and stuff like that they represent like legitimately Don Lemon and Ben Shapiro. Mm-hmm. Yeah. That exists a lot where you have companies that are doing the social media strategy for two sides of an argument. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
So that may happen in these as well, right? Just the same way that in an election, you have people that were top strategists that represent Republicans, and then
or like
the highest bidder.
Yeah, of course, PR firms. Sometimes you're like, yeah, that PR firm is the best PR firm. So they're just the best,
and they're not
political, particularly.
Yeah, we're not red or blue. We're green.
Yeah, we're green. Correct.
Okay, so the Pope started it. But Trump's in a war with everyone right now, man. He's bleeding followers.
Any person who disagrees with him, he's going after.
He's bleeding people a little here.
You disagree with him even slightly, and he fully denounces you as just like, I never liked that person.
I've seen a lot of there's a lot of discourse about like the big split and the divorce, and I mean I've been watching it happen, so it's somewhat of an accurate description. I guess some people would describe it as there's sort of like cynical interpretations on either side, but I think that it's accurate to say that, there was hardline stances that he crossed that everyone split on.
For sure. I mean, they definitely didn't like the Jesus meme.
See, let me back up a bit.
Some people really, dude.
I'm talking more about the split between like Tucker Carlson and anti-war, sort of anti-Israel. That really split was over Israel. I'm not sold that the Pope stuff has really turned off that many Christians.
Dude, the Jesus meme, he was getting smoke on
the Jesus meme.
Social. Which Truth Social, those people are ride or dies. And if you went and looked, I've
definitely seen articles about it.
I went and looked at the comment section on that post on Truth Social. The fact that he deleted it. He did delete that post. He didn't delete Obama's as monkeys post.
Because, he said, fair.
Okay. He left that one up.
He said, that was not what it was.
Correct. He also said the same with this. He goes, I was a doctor. And he said, that was just an autoplay. And it was, it was them as monkeys, but it was the Lion King.
Here's where I will maybe agree with you a little bit. I posted the meme of the Jesus thing, and I put my face over it.
Yep.
And I did a slideshow of dates, and I just took that meme and I just literally put my face over and also posted it. And I did get a couple people that said like, "What the fuck, man?"
Yeah. I'm telling you.
Sometimes I forget that, the same way I'll say things about basically any religion or anything that sometimes people will be like, what the fuck, dude? And I'm like, I didn't even realize that one was that crazy.
Yeah, people get mad. And if you get mad about this stuff, I better not find some fucking tweet of you calling anybody a snowflake.
Well, sure, good point. But I also got, we're Godless City people.
Correct. Bugman.
Godless City Bugman. Uh-huh. But that being said, I even got someone that was like kind of popular.
Yeah.
I'm not even going to say who it is, that he goes, dude, I've been, I've thought your stuff was so funny, but like you just crossed a line and like you just lost a fan for life or whatever. And he's the kind of guy with the following. And I'm just like, part of me is like, I mean, do you have eyes? Because I don't think there's been
a joke on a joke.
Yeah, but I'm not saying that.
Yeah.
I'm saying.
You're saying you were a doctor?
I'm saying I'm a doctor.
Guys, I'm obviously a doctor here. What are we not getting?
I'm saying I've made fun of Jesus so many times.
Yeah, of course.
I'm saying like, every special, I kind of make. I don't think I'm like crazy. It's not like my thing.
Yeah.
Like I'm not like maybe the way that Ricky Gervais, that's almost is like his thing.
Yeah. You're not like the tape over your mouth on the front of your special kind of guy.
Well, I don't care. I don't have like a strong, I'm not like arguing against people that are religious because I don't really give a shit.
Yeah, you just make jokes.
I do think that it's all silly.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, but that being said, I think I've done way worse things against religion than my Trump.
Than that, yeah.
That's the point I'm making.
I was referencing a thing that was happening.
So the only reason I'm bringing this up is to say that maybe there's some truth to what you're saying, that they are really, really pissed off about
I'm telling you, You go in the comment section of a True Social post for Trump, and these are like diehard MAGA. He can do no wrong. And it was just one after another being like, and it was all very much respectfully, Mr. President, we're diehard MAGAs, but this is crossing a line.
Okay.
So they weren't like they just wanted to let him know this was not cool. But dude, he could blow, he's like, hey, we blew up a school today. He's like, that's my president. Up. That's my president.
Danny does a lot of gestures. Sometimes he forgets that there's audio listeners. Well,
if you want to see the gestures, YouTube.com. I don't know what to tell you. Patreon.com.
I always do my part to commentate on gestures. So if you don't know, Danny has a
next is fucking Lib's going to make us get a sign language guy.
For those of you who don't know, sign language Danny's taking his 2 fingers and he's stroking his erect penis right now. This is a bit that he does. For the audio listeners who don't know,
he's fully erect.
Danny's now taken off his shirt and he has gay man painted on his chest. That is a bit that he does. So the Pope started it as far as Trump's concerned by saying we reject war.
Sure. Pretty normal Pope. Pretty normal Pope position. Not like some crazy Pope position to take. War is bad. Literally, Pope is Reginald Denny. Can't we all just get along?
So yeah. But hey, I'm not huge on this. Like, I mean, you back up where you go, these countries are supposed to be church and state separated. Mm-hmm. I really don't care what the Pope thinks. You know what I mean?
No. And the Pope runs his own
Although country. I agree with him.
Yes. And he runs his own country and he's weak on crime. The Vatican has the highest crime rate out of like anywhere in the fucking world. It's all petty theft.
So Donnie's not happy.
No.
Donnie's really not happy. And he says, Pope, you are right. It's hilarious calling the Pope weak on crime.
But he is. That's the thing. I actually fact checked it and it's true.
What does that mean?
So Vatican City.
Like if you rape a chick, he doesn't give you much.
Well, no. So it's technically true. Vatican City, which is considered its own country, basically, which is just in the middle of Rome, and he lives in the Vatican, has per capita the highest rate of crime on earth or close to it because of
is that true?
Because of pickpocketing and stuff. But it is true. He is weak on crime. Now we can nitpick. And you say that's petty theft, sure.
So they don't have a lot of murder in the Vatican.
There's not that we know of.
You're right.
There's probably some untoward things happening, in the bowels of the Vatican. But in terms of actual statistics, they are weak on crime.
Very funny.
I don't know anybody.
Well, I mean, the kind of I'm taking the nice position. Mm-hmm. I mean, this is kind of the argument that you'll always see people on the internet kind of being like, Jesus would have been like a socialist or whatever,
sure.
Right? Boys, this episode has been brought to you by Marek Health. If you haven't been feeling your best lately, maybe you're a little sluggish, low energy, not recovering the way you used to, or you just don't feel as sharp or young as you once did, that isn't just random. Marek Health helps you actually figure out what's going on. They run advanced blood work, break everything down with knowledgeable coaches and clinicians, and give you a clear picture of what your body actually needs. It is basically a one-stop shop for getting your health dialed in without guessing. Me and Danny have both done this.
Oh yeah.
I've had multiple consultations.
Yep. And
blood work. They go through it and there is so much helpful stuff.
Oh yeah. And and the only way you can know what to fix is if you get your blood work.
Not only the only way you know what to fix without doing your blood work like this, it's the only way to know if you're improving.
Right. That too.
Yeah. So you
gotta get that baseline.
So you have to get a baseline so you can know if you're improving. And by the way, there's so much little stuff you probably didn't even know were wrong with you.
Yeah, you're just deficient on this thing and that, and sometimes it's a little as hey, just take this vitamin or supplement,
and sometimes you're really deficient. Sometimes and then these guys are ahead of the curve in terms of actual stuff that helps you. Yep. Not the way the doctors.
They're all jacked.
They're all jacked. They're all on the top of everything. So they actually go through your stuff. It's comprehensive. It's easy to do. And I couldn't recommend it more. So just head over to MarekHealth.com. Use the code BOYSCAST for 10% off Marek Health and Marek Health Diagnostics. Fellas, it is time to talk about dose for cholesterol because spring is one of those times everyone's trying to reset, but your schedules get busy, you're traveling, eating out, drinking, and it can be unavoidable that your routine slips a little bit. And one thing people are paying attention to right now is their overall health habits, especially around cholesterol. But a lot of people hesitate when they're told they might need to start taking something they're not comfortable committing to long term. People want to feel like they still have some say in how they take care of themselves. That's why people are turning to gentler alternatives and ingredients they actually recognize. Things like CoQ10, ginger, pomegranate, and amla. One of those is Dose for Cholesterol. Dose for Cholesterol is a clinically backed cholesterol support supplement that targets triglycerides, LDL, HDL, and total cholesterol levels. It uses ingredients like turmeric, CoQ10, and other plant-based mineral-forward stuff. So you're not just throwing a bunch of random things into your routine. It is super easy. It's just 2 1-ounce liquid shots. It tastes like mango, no capsules, no powders, nothing complicated. You just take it and move on. I can say that a lot of people in my team have been using it and been very, very happy with what they have seen as the results in the blood work. So it gets delivered right to your door, so it's actually something you can stick with. And if you want to check it out, new customers are getting 35% off the first month of subscription by going to dosedaily.co/boyscast or entering boyscast at checkout. Once again, that is dosedaily.co/boyscast for 35% off your first month. Well, if you are taking I had a theory where I said that in a relationship, people always talk about yin yang and they talk about, the guy has to be masculine, the girl has to be feminine, works better. Some people have said the best scenario, happy life, happy wife, people like you, not for me. You'll hear other people say the best version of a relationship is where the guy's like the CEO, the girl is like she has the veto, or maybe the guy's like the head shareholder and she's the CEO. You might have a lot of different versions of what people say is like the best dynamic that works. I've always said the guy gets to be the cool one, the girl gets to be the nice one.
Sure.
And maybe that's not an all-encompassing theory, but it does encompass a lot of things where you'll have situations where who gets to be right, and it's like you have to allow the girl to be the nice one.
Yeah.
So, for example, the women...
Good cop, bad cop kind of scenario.
If...
Good cop, cool cop.
On issues, that's what I'm saying. It doesn't really work exactly, right?
Yeah.
Because the good cop, bad cop switches in those scenarios. Good cop, let's say we were at a party. Guys like, I want to stay, I'm having fun. The girl's like, I want to leave. It has to be the woman's fault. Mm-hmm. So it only works if we got to go home, the wife. No one questions that. No one questions that. You get to be, I'm a cool guy.
Right.
I would love to party. The wife's on her period.
Ryan's undoing his toga. Wife's on her period.
The wife wants to go home. No one questions it. Everyone's fine with that dynamic. No one says like, what a bitch. They say that, hey, wives be doing that.
Yeah, wives be tripping.
So that would be an example where it doesn't work if the woman's like, I'd like to stay, but the guy wants me to go home. It almost comes across as like weird.
Yeah, controlling.
Yeah,
like abusive.
It comes across as controlling, abusive. Also, it makes everyone like think way less of the guy. Mm-hmm. Where like if you meet everyone's at a party and the guy's like, we're leaving now, the girl's having fun. So you got to have the guy's the cool one. And that can be, there's many scenarios for that, right? You might have that with like certain things with when you have kids. Like there might be certain scenarios where it has to be like, dad doesn't care if you want to go skateboard. But your mom,
right? You
get to be the cool one. Now, mom gets to be the nice one. So that would be, oh, you know what? We should give $100,000 to that homeless guy right there. And you go, well, we can't do that and she goes, oh, I want to give all my money away. And you go, no. We can't do that because we'll be broke. And she goes, well, I get to retain that I would have.
Yeah. You get to kind of have the high ground.
I wanted to do that. I would love to. I want to give everything I want to everyone. I have a friend who's in need. I want them to have them stay at our house for 6 weeks. Well, my husband says that's not a good idea.
Right.
Sorry, you can't
Best
come.
we can do is $5.
You can't come stay at our house for the next 3 months because my husband says no.
Right.
So you get to be the nice one, and he's the pragmatic one.
Sure.
Or the mean one, however you want to. So in issues that are nice, mean.
Yeah.
She gets to win and be the nice one. In issues that are. Cool, lame.
Yeah.
She has to be the lame one.
Gotcha.
So that's my overarching theory.
Reasonable theory. Good way to live your life.
Now, how that relates here is when
Pope's the lame one.
The nice one, he always gets to be the nice one, right? Because you never...
He has to kind of be.
Because you're not really tapped in, right? So you always get to be the nice one. He doesn't get to be the cool one.
Yeah.
He's kissing feet over there.
Yeah. I mean, he's literally... The Pope is legitimately... there's no such thing as... nobody's illegal... Open up the borders.
Well, because he always gets to be the nice one.
Right, he gets to be the nice one. He takes the kind of path of least resistance. Where he's like, yeah, let's just let everybody in. We need some pragmatism here. Our hospitals will get overwhelmed.
But he doesn't have a husband.
Well, he doesn't. Yes, he does. Jesus Christ. Oh, no, not Jesus. It's the Pope. God.
But you're right. Every situation, he can sort of play the nice one.
Yeah. Kind of.
But unchecked niceness.
Yeah, it's very much like no real world consequences. He just says, hey, let them all in. And you're like, no, this causes problems for the people who actually live here. And he's just like,
yes.
He's cool Pope.
I'm the cool Pope.
Yeah. He's just cool.
You're right. He kind of gets to play the cool guy and the nice guy.
Kind of. He is a bit cool. He's just like, come on, let him in.
But that being said, sometimes he doesn't get to play the cool guy. Here's an example. The gay stuff. He can play very nice because he does get to blame that on God.
Yeah.
When we're talking cool,
I think he's cool with gays now.
He gets to be sort of cool with gays, but he has to be a little like, these are the rules, like this guy over here, you know. But when it comes to most political stuff, he gets to be the nice guy. But there is this theory's getting ridiculous, but
sure,
there is certain times where he gets to sort of be like, I would love to say you can get into heaven with that. If it was up to me.
Yeah, he's a backseat driver. He's a bit of a backseat driver. He never has to make tough decisions.
And if he does, he gets to blame it on...
Yeah.
Listen, I would love for you to be able to bang 30 guys tonight and get into heaven if it were up to me.
Yeah.
But...
The boss says no.
The boss says no on that one.
Yeah.
But so... And
the boss rejected your PTO request. I apologize. I'd love to give you all the paid time off you want. But.
Yeah. The boss rejected your DNA request. Now, I feel like I must caveat this again, that in this specific situation, I think they got to wrap it up, like I've said.
I think it's...
You've had your fun.
Yeah.
You've killed the homeless guy. Mm-hmm. It's time to come home. Your kids are wondering where you are. Bring them home.
Yep.
But Donnie... He doesn't like to so he says he's weak on crime, terrible on foreign policy, talks about the fear of Trump administration, but doesn't mention the fear of the Catholic Church and and the Christian organizations had during COVID. That's not a great argument.
Considering that Trump was in charge during that time.
So
during the time where he goes, Christians couldn't and Catholics couldn't worship and there were all these restrictions. That was during the first Trump administration.
But and it's also a little of a logical jump because you're like, I thought he was going to talk about the fear people have about Trump. What about the fear people have about you?
Yeah.
The fear that you're going to make bad decisions. But what he actually said is, do you know people talk about the fear people have of me? What about the fear you had that I stopped? I think there's too many in that. As far as a diss track goes.
Yeah.
I'm strictly diss track.
Trump was in charge. Main point here is that Trump was in charge when they were doing this.
Yes.
During COVID and the first Trump administration. So for him to say you were such a bitch because you guys wouldn't go to church, you're like, but those were the laws that you passed.
And he's saying I stopped them. That's why you could stop being afraid. I was the one who allowed it to happen.
Well, I guess you could say, I started it and stopped it, but you did start it.
And even when going outside, being 10 and 20 feet apart, I like his brother Lewis much better. Yeah. Love that.
Yeah, Lou. MAGA Lou.
That's a classic where you're just like, that's my ex-boyfriend had a bigger dick.
Well, it was who was the got killed? The chick who got killed? Renee Good, and then the stepdad? Right. Yeah, I like the stepdad a little better because he likes me.
He gets it. And Leo doesn't. I don't want a pope who thinks it's okay for Iran to have a nuclear weapon. I don't want a pope who thinks it's terrible that America has attacked Venezuela and a country was sending massive amounts of drug into the United States and worse, emptying their prisons, including murderers, drug dealers, and killers into our country.
Yeah. Again, the Pope's playing fantasy sports and Trump's the actual GM of the team. And he goes, it's fun that you can have all these opinions, but this is my world is actual real life.
Right.
You know what I mean? You can armchair quarterback this all that you want, but I actually have to make hard decisions here. So why don't you just go back to your little Pope mobile?
That's essentially, in a nutshell, his argument. And the Pope hasn't really taken that totally standing down.
No, definitely. Well, there is something to be said that they did elect the American Pope to kind of counter Trump a little bit.
Well, yeah, I remember we were talking about the conclave. Like, it's very, they try to, this is the thing that's kind of weird about the religions, period, that run stuff. It's like they kind of pretend they're not political, but they of course are, right?
Of course they are. The Catholic Church has famously, historically been pretty political.
Right, but he's kind of saying, like, listen, I'm not making a left or right thing here. I'm just saying this, but you are. You're getting involved in politics, which is a tough one because you're sort of supposed to be like above that in a way. Now, if I was the Pope, he kind of came back and he's like, I won't be afraid. What he should do, if I was the Pope.
Well, that'd be a good TV show, Canadian Pope.
It's
just like from fucking Barry. Just fucking, hey, what's up, boys? Fucking Pope Dougie here.
Talk to the fucking big man, eh? Fucking, we got to yap.
Pope Gord?
Me and big guy, we tied on a few. we knocked a couple back.
We're at 50s.
We're at the ice fishing hut, and fucking Pope starts yapping, eh? He says you guys got to stop dropping the gloves over there.
Yeah. Come on, boys. Just fucking meet at center ice and shake hands, eh?
So if I was Trump, I think I could have done better than that. That feels like he was fighting too many battles and he didn't put his full heart into it. Like this one was a pretty big one. I think he should have put more time into it.
Mm-hmm. He's a busy man though.
But I know, but you got to pick the right.
Dude, that drafts folder must go crazy.
Well,
you think there's anything in the Trump's True Social drafts folder?
Well, people that do point,
yeah. Like, do you think there's ones he goes, that's too much? Save that for a rainy day.
And drafts. Yeah. Well, people have been looking at what time he wakes up.
Yeah.
Or when he tweets, and it'll be like, 2, 6. I think his last one was at like 4 a.m. And then he has another tweet at like 6 a.m. or whatever. And you're just like, that guy sleeps 3 hours.
Yeah. Well, he's he's one of those guys who only sleeps 4 hours a night.
It's crazy.
Yeah, I know.
So
he has that, what is it, like the gene?
Yeah. Some people have the gene. The problem with that gene is everyone that has that gene, if they actually don't sleep, like there are people that can't sleep, but if they actually don't sleep, a lot of times they get dementia.
Could explain some things.
Yeah, that's what you're saying?
No. But I mean, obviously,
I've heard people say that. I don't think so.
No, I don't think so either.
But if I was the Pope, I would clearly say, yeah, I talked to God.
Right.
Like, I'd be like...
I mean, he's like, I'm literally infallible. That's the funny thing is the Pope is considered... I know it's like technically like amongst Catholic doctrine to be infallible, but it's like he's like infallible.
Is that true?
Yeah. So it's just talking shit to the Pope. He's just like, I'm infallible.
Yeah, and he's a Chicago guy. I think, people might not like if he did this, but if it was me, I would be like... I'm not going to comment on this till I talk to the big man. Mm-hmm. And then like a couple days later, I'd be like, he came to me, we spoke. He says the guy is fucking a Cheeto. Yeah. Like I would sort of say, God said you're gay. He says Lindsey Graham's gay. Like, you know what I mean? So I would come back.
I also don't know how much influence the Pope has right now, to be honest.
Not a lot, but he's a thorn in your side.
Maybe like in South America, but in terms of actual...
Is it possible that God's watching over this and God is a mega guy? Like, I don't want to throw that out of the equation either.
Dude, God literally has a USA headband.
Like, is it possible that God right now is wearing his mega cap, playing ping pong with Charlie Kirk?
Yep.
Watching over this, being like, I told you not the Chicago guy. They never listen to me.
No. I don't think God's
he's a black mega guy.
Dark mega?
No, he's black.
It's actual black mega.
He's also dark mega. He's a black guy with a black mega hat on, and he's sitting there being like this fucking lib bitch. Like,
yeah, come on, you're making me look bad.
Right?
Yeah.
He's a boomer.
He's a bit,
and he already watched his son go through this hippie socialist phase that he had a problem with.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
His son with his getting pussy socialist politics.
Giving away fish.
Giving away stuff.
Yeah. Wine.
Instead of teaching a man to fish, he was giving him fish.
Yeah. Yeah. Not liking it. I don't think he'd be pumped with the Pope. Not this Pope.
So there is a thing with Christians, period, where they are in a rock and a hard place. That's why even you'll see like any actor, like I think it was Chris Pratt or something, that he's like vaguely Christian and it's like he's beloved for it.
Yeah, he's pretty Christian, I think. But I think the funny thing is it came out in a time where this was like this hot,
right?
It was like scandalous for him to be like, yeah, pretty Christian.
Yeah. But I don't think it takes much to kind of be like embraced, because they don't like. If you're like Muslim and you come out really Muslim, you get really embraced by liberals. If you're Christian, you have to come out like.
Liberals hate that. It's like liberals, if you come out and you're like, yeah, I'm super Christian, they're like, oh, you're one of those, huh?
Yeah, kind of.
Like, I'm sure there were people who were like Chris Pratt fans and they found this out and they think differently.
Oh, you think gay people?
Yeah, exactly. It's just all of a sudden.
If you're white, if you're black, you're allowed to be Christian.
Yeah, if you're black, you're allowed to. That's just their culture.
That's their culture. I'm
kind of thinking, if you're white, you're like, oh, you just have you're basically conservative. You hate gay people. All the stuff.
Yeah.
Is ascribed to you immediately.
They do the yodeling thing with the Christians.
Yeah, they don't like it.
Well, do you think my theory that America has the most types of people in the country? So, for example, if you talk about like from the farthest, mega, living on the like middle of nowhere, tons of guns, to the Woody Allen New York guy.
Yeah, the Woody Allen New York pedophile.
To the, Indian scammer guy.
Yeah. This is the
Mexican gangster. Like, you have Mexican gangsters.
Yep.
Then you have like mafia guy. Like,
well, this is the melting pot.
But they say that about a lot of places. But I think even Britain, even if you look at if you look at British gangsters, they don't dress that much different from like poor white guy.
Yeah.
Like they all I'll tell you, here would be a big example. I'll give you a huge example. At a time when. It's changed a little bit, but at a time when like gangsters wore like really, really baggy pants.
Yeah.
And then at that time, the opposite of that would wear really tight pants.
Yeah.
In Britain, the opposite's always kind of it's just a different type of soccer jersey. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, different Adidas tracksuit.
But the looks are similar.
Yeah.
America has the most like variance of people of anywhere in the world.
I think that would be accurate. Yeah.
If you think about like Mexican gangster to a furry to like a wigger to like a there's Puerto Rican.
It's the most desirable place to live, so people who don't speak English literally are happy to come here.
But also, there's enough people and money that cultures can thrive.
Yeah,
so they stay relevant,
right?
Because there's like money to be made in a culture.
You could, and you can move here and not speak English and get by.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I think it has the most cultures. Anyways, to wrap up the Pope stuff, Tucker Carlson's not happy. He said Muslims love Jesus.
Yeah. He had one post a couple of days ago that a lot of his commenters on Twitter were like, what? Because, he's trying to say, Islam's not so bad. Why are we villainizing Islam? And then he was like a little too sugarcoating it. And people were like,
well, I think... He knows how to get the views, but I also think that there is a pipeline where you start kind of being like, you start noticing all the Israel stuff. You're like, this place is, always getting us in trouble.
It's the noticing to Islam pipeline.
And then you start being like, you kind of start looking at conflicts. You go, yeah, maybe these guys aren't so bad. And then before you know it, you kind of are like promoting them.
You're yodeling.
And then you have some people that were following you kind of being like, the fuck?
Yeah.
I didn't get into hating Jews because I love Muslims. This kind of thing, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's not.
You think I got into hating Israel?
No. We're still hating Muslims. We're just also hating Jews. You lost me at the stop hating Muslim part. I was trying to organize more people to hate. You're trying to cut off like a quarter of the world.
Correct.
Yeah. No.
So. One of the funniest things, in on the talk of, there's like this crazy stuff that's happening in Britain and Canada, because a lot of people like to point out, oh, America is so crazy and all this stuff. They forget sometimes you'll forget the crazy stuff that's going on in these other places. But we've been talking about, there's all these migrants that came to Britain and they're like, I'm gay. Yeah. And then they find out this guy's got a wife. Yeah. And they've got sort of like their own like Nick Shirley types kind of getting involved in this, right?
People are kind of gaming the system, I guess.
Well, they started looking into it. And
they're not gay?
Not only are they not gay, Whoa. They're these legal advisors that explain to them. So we were kind of like, oh, all these migrants know that's the system. And they're like, well, why do they know that's the system? It's like, there's these huge groups that explain to migrants how to get into the system.
Oh, of course.
And they're giving them the full thing like, hey, what you do is you got to pretend you're gay. They give him a bit of gay lesson. They're like, the guy goes, what is gay? And he goes, okay, so you got to suck a dick. I'm not. The guy starts walking out.
They go, seem like you would be willing to.
You have to say you have.
Yeah.
And you go, am I being pranked right now? Like it feels.
Do you want to go to America or not? That is the question you need to ask yourself. Do you want to live in England or America? Do you want to live in the West?
Does that not feel like a prank show?
Kind of. Well, I mean, that's like the whole H-1B thing is they have all these kind of H-1B mills and, they fake documents and these whole things where you pay them a bunch of money and they go, hey, we know how to game the system. Just pay us a bunch of money. We'll get you all set up and give you all the fake documents you need and tell you all the stuff you need to say. And you go to your meeting, you just say the stuff and they go, welcome to America.
Yeah. And getting government money is a hustle. There's no other way to slice it. But... and
there's lots of it.
But the fact that they found out the lawyers were actually like explaining to them the whole system and they would like go undercover and they have these whole groups and they bring them in. They're just like, they're explaining to you how to be gay and then their friends come out, point at them. They go, gotcha. You know what I mean?
Right.
What is gay? They explain it to them. And then they're like, well, I'm married. And they go, no, you have to say that you're gay. And then your wife will come over, say she's lesbian.
Well, you say you're bi. I think that was the one guy. He said he was bi. And then they're like, wait, but you have a wife and kids back home.
Right.
And he goes, no, I'm actually gay, but I couldn't be, you're not even allowed to be bi. So that was just, she's a beard.
But more so than anything, you go, why are we more likely to get into the country if I'm gay? And then you go, it's the perfect scam because you go, I'm persecuted because I'm gay and they love that here.
Yeah, exactly.
Go where you're celebrated, not hated.
It's really just games the game. That's what the game is right now.
Right. But
love gays.
They've created such an insane game that it's made everything insane. Because you're just like, if we go, hey, if you're gay, you're more likely to get in. You go, who would ever do that? You go, who wouldn't do that?
Right. Of course. To get, if that you just have to say you're gay.
But they didn't know
you don't
that.
have to prove it.
But a lot of these people coming in for asylum, they didn't know that, right?
Yeah.
So they have all these people being like, hey, you're gay.
Yeah.
Hold my hand. You
got to do a little photo shoot, like a gay photo shoot to prove it.
Yeah, they're taking their photos.
Yeah, they're doing a whole thing. They got to get all the background.
They're taking their photo at the border and they give them a bit of glitter to throw in the air.
Hey, man. Game's the game.
You're standing too, bro. No. Up.
Gayer.
Yeah. Fake asylum seekers visited GPs pretending to be depressed in order to get medical evidence to bolster their case, with one even lying about being HIV positive. So it helps if you're depressed.
I thought that was precluded you from getting.
No. If you're like, if you have AIDS, like that's, case closed.
That's a crazy thing for a country being like, hey, do you have a communicable disease? Come on in.
The place is messed up. One immigration advisor said he'd spent 17 years helping bring fake claims and said she could arrange for someone to pretend they've had a gay sexual relationship with the client so they can bring in...
Oh, they have like a...
They bring in another guy to come in...
To confirm that this guy's gay?
They have like a rent of gay boyfriend. Like, how you had to pay, whatever, it's $15K all in for the visas and everything like that. And you go, it's actually 28 now. And you go, why is it 28 now? And you go, well, the extra 8...
We have to rent a kind of an expensive gay. It's not even...
You'd think gay guys are cheaper to rent?
You think so? Well, they would be cheaper to rent if they're getting gay stuff out of it. If they're just there for show, like they're not getting their fucking dick wet, then they want to get compensated.
You basically have a gay boyfriend prostitute, Japanese style, where you're renting a boyfriend.
Yeah. And he's got to do some homework on you and learn about you because he's going to get
right, because now you have to do the whole thing where you have to go fake a whole life together.
Yeah, and they might show up at your house. And
I noticed that you don't have any pictures of you frolicking together. Is that...
Yeah, are you guys not gay?
Yeah.
Because every other gay person's house we go to, they have pictures of them frolicking together.
Our undercover reporter was told he could bring his wife over from Pakistan once he got the UK asylum. A lawyer linked another firm told the undercover reporter he had helped people pretend to be gay.
That's the tops, too. Muslim gay?
Yeah,
that's literally a come on in.
Come on.
Dude, you're Muslim and gay? That's so sick.
So the things that you'd say as a joke are actually happening where they bring you a fake boyfriend. They teach you how to be more gay. Mm-hmm. So like they, how to, I literally, it has to be just how to be a gay stereotype. What else could it be?
Mm-hmm. More wrist.
Like they're not asking you about dick sucking techniques. So obviously they're just like how to appear more like a gay guy.
I mean, I think if you're from a Muslim country and you say you're gay, they're like, that's...
you come in with a soccer ball, hit me.
Yeah, but it's like I've heard enough. If you're from a Muslim country, you say you're gay, I take you for your word because even that's such a bridge too far. They would think,
right?
Yep, sure. If he says he's gay, he must be gay.
You make a good point. However, that's not what's happening.
No.
What is happening is they have a whole song and gay dance.
A lot of tap dancing.
And it costs about £2,000 to £3,000.
That's cheap.
And the guy, this is what a quote from someone that worked there. He goes, "Nobody's gay here. Not even 1% are gay. Not even 0.01% are gay. Like all of the gay guys are fake gays."
Yeah. Well, statistically speaking, someone must be gay.
Sure, there might.
Yeah, there must be gay. But the thing is if you're openly gay for realsies,
you're not doing this.
You're not living a good life.
But also, if you're openly gay for realsies, you might not hire the fake boyfriend and the gay coach.
Right.
I might be like, "I got this," and they're like, I know you think you do, but the gays are different here.
Yeah, but almost, I guess you could just, you say you're gay when you do your meeting, and then because I'd be worried people find out, and then it gets back to Pakistan.
You don't go back to Pakistan,
but your family's there, and they're probably gonna But I guess the whole thing is everybody's saying they're gay, and everyone's just like, yeah. Everybody's lying though.
I think by this point they probably all know. You're like, yes, you have to say you're gay to get into.
Yeah, you have to say you're gay.
But like that is the full circle moment where you're like, how do you get into the UK? You're like, you have to say you have AIDS. Like that, so you go, this is nuts.
Yeah, that's where we're at.
In Canada, I'm sure you've seen a few of these things that they're a bit misrepresented. The first one is not misrepresented, that they added some new letters to the spectrum.
Sure. At the front too.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Gays seething.
They added murdered people to
murdered
the acronym.
And missing Indigenous women, which as far as I understand is not a sexual orientation.
Right.
Yeah.
No, it's literally, you're just like, gays, lesbians, questioning.
Canadians fans.
Guy that was kicked in the balls. A chick that was murdered. But why would you go, but she's dead? You go, yeah, this murdered woman.
So what does her orientation matter? She's already dead.
Questioning.
Well, some of them are missing.
Questioning basically is you wanted your girl to have a threesome, and she goes, "I'll think about it."
No, questioning is like,
she goes, "I'm thinking. Okay, I heard you," and you go, let me think about it.
Yeah, let me think about it. Yeah, questioning is. I don't know why you need questioning and the plus. I think the plus could cover questioning.
Well, but no, once you exit the plus is the
the crazy flags. You go, what's that flag?
It's plus is low. You want to exit the plus into the main thing. That's like you're in line. Right,
you're in line. Yeah. You're in the farm system. You're hoping to get called up to the show.
The plus is 100% the farm system
of stuff.
And I think the missing Indigenous murdered people. Murdered women were in the farm system.
They're in the farm system,
and they're happy to announce that they were going to sign murdered women to a contract to be in the acronym.
Yeah. So what happens when it's funny too, because in Canada, how they put natives at the front. Like if you're Indigenous, they gave them the two-spirit that started it, like because it was LGBT, and then they're
so afraid of natives there.
I know they put them at the front. It's 2SL. And then
they have back to back.
And then so the first two missing, murdered Indigenous women, two-spirit.
And by the way, I'm sure this has been said many times, but like, I'm died. Now you have to call me gay.
Yeah.
Like I get murdered, and then after that, they're just
these are just women too. So most of them are not gay.
Yeah, so you die and then they call you gay.
Yeah, and I think probably none of them are gay.
Like if I've said this about the two-spirit, because a lot of Native people that are more normal have been saying like,
it's nonsense.
Yeah, no, we weren't all fucking
this
trans.
Isn't real, and this is not.
Stop saying.
It's like some academic invented this in.
It was a different thing.
In the 70s.
Yeah.
This isn't some 500-year-old thing.
There's like some version of like, we have these people that were like spiritual guides, and at some point they said they could tap into the woman's spirit as well. And most of those guys did it and then proceeded to get pussy because of
yeah, exactly. Yeah. What? Gay? No, I'm getting tons of sniz off of it.
Yeah, like who knows what happened, but some version of that, and then they kind of like said, oh, they were trans, and they've revisited it or whatever. But yeah, there's a lot of conflicting groups, and by the honest, there is a lot of groups of like lib white chicks that have, and maybe lib white chicks work there, but maybe like men who like making money is probably like above that have figured out how to just make boatloads of cash, off of like Indian special interest.
That missing in murdered Indigenous women thing was in response to the federal government cutting like $6 billion that they had promised. like on top of the already, I don't know, billions and billions, like tens of billions of dollars they've already given them. And they're like, yeah, we're just cutting it back a little bit. You know, country's in a tough spot.
Yeah. And the ones that are like very, just like when you look at it and you go, oh my God, where they'd have like, you got a less prison sentence if you're a native, but then they start saying that like, oh, people that kill native women get less prison sentences. That's a problem. And you're just like, well, yeah, there's a rule that they do. And just like,
yeah, it's a law. I mean, dude, if you're not Canadian and you're on like a permanent residency, you could commit a crime. They give you less sentence so you don't get deported. When logically they should be like, no, we're definitely deporting this person actually. And then now they're essentially doing, no, we have to give them a lighter sentence because if we give them too harsh of a sentence, they'll get deported. It's like bizarro world.
Yeah, well, it's bizarro world.
Yeah, do you need people that badly?
You know what it is? I was going to say America's a circus and Canada's a zoo. And you know what that zoo's full of? Mostly donkeys.
Turkeys and donkeys.
Turkeys and donkeys.
Come right up to the turkey exhibit.
America's a circus and Britain and Canada are zoos. Yeah. And yeah, guess what? This zoo's only got 2 exhibits, turkeys and donkeys.
Yeah, not particularly rare.
But the other one, the only thing that I wanted to correct was sometimes I see a lot of people posting things that happen in Canada where they go, a prominent politician, and you're like, no, this is like some whack job.
Yeah, she is some whack job.
Yeah, but it's some whack job. But people are embracing that thing.
I think she is an MP, though.
And then there's another guy who's trying to propose that... because they have all these like crazy policies, the same as New York, right? Like as soon as you start doing crazy amounts of socialist policies, everyone's like, okay, bye.
Yeah.
And then the next step is like, how do we create our own Berlin Wall? Yeah. And this guy is kind of coming out being like, well, we need a $500,000 Berlin Wall where they have to pay $500,000 back if they leave. And everyone's like, whoa.
Yeah. That guy was nuts. Basically, it was essentially.
But people, it's a logical thing.
Yeah. There's this brain drain but you pay for. He's trying to say that, you know, there's this brain drain. People leave out of Canada. And, you know, so if you're leaving, but, you know, Canada invested in you, quote unquote, in terms of your schooling, your public school, they're like, we want that money back on the way out.
Yeah, but the other side of that is
you pay taxes for that. We paid for it.
Yeah, you already paid for it, but good point. Or your parents did.
Yeah, your parents paid taxes for you to go to school. Like that money didn't come from nowhere.
Yeah.
So that was paid for already. So the notion that
and also
college
the reason it's so expensive is because the government's really involved.
Yes, and also college isn't free. So say, hey, your college education was $100,000. Well, I want that back. You go, I paid for that.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Yeah, what are you talking about?
Yeah, like literally, what the fuck are you talking about?
The bottom line is they want to say like, hey, everyone wants to leave because that's, you know, if you want opportunity, you have to leave here. And
I have a crazy
how can we say no?
Make opportunities. Why don't you make people not want to leave?
I'll give you an easier one than that. Stop taking them away.
Yeah, exactly.
Just remove some of the things that are taking them away.
Yeah, like, you know, there's a way to make a better system, although it's probably not happening with a majority liberal government for the next 3 years.
I mean, there's too many fucking boomers.
That's fucking
boomers
insane,
are bathing in it, man. All this stuff helps.
Did you see that the Liberals got a majority government?
I did see that
because of like basically all 3 MPs who got elected just were like, yeah, we're Liberals now.
Oh, they switched.
They just switched. Yeah, they switched over, and so all the ridings were like, hey, we didn't vote for a Liberal.
That's wild.
Well, we're Liberal now, and it's a majority government, Liberal majority government for the next 3 years.
Dude, imagine that can't happen in America, can it?
Yeah. No, I don't think so. I don't think maybe. I don't know if Congress people can switch parties. They must be able.
Dude, people would lose their fucking minds. Like if someone
can Congress members switch parties?
Can they switch while they're sitting?
Members of
can they
Congress
switch while they're sitting?
Can and do switch party affiliation while in office, though it's relatively rare. There's no law forbidding the shift. Yeah, I mean, look, if you vote for someone on a certain platform and then it's a literal bait and switch.
Yeah.
Like I voted for this party and they go, yeah, thanks for your vote. I'm with the other party that you voted against.
That is funny that
like,
can happen.
A year later.
Yeah, that is very funny that could happen. Surprised more people don't do that strategically.
I think they
were they wolf in sheep's clothing it.
Kind of.
It would be hilarious.
I mean, they might be.
You know, I mean, you win your seat as like the fucking
like Clark or Mac or the other way around. You're just like, and they go, ha ha. Tricked you idiots.
Day one, your speech comes out and you're like, we're going to be some changes around here.
Yeah. Well, but here it's not as, I mean, it does matter here, but not quite the same because, you know, you're still that wouldn't affect who the president is.
Boys, we got to talk about testosterone support and most importantly, in a natural way through Mars Men. This is something that I've been taking for almost a year now, and it is noticeable the difference you will feel. Everyone has this moment where it's nothing crazy, but you don't feel like you used to. Same workout, same schedule, same diet, but you're dragging through the mud. Maybe you don't feel like it's that much at first. You think, okay, I'm maybe a little tired, maybe I need a vacation, but it stays like that, and that's the new normal. No one really talks about this, but you hit your 30s, things start to shift, and about 1% every year after your 30s, not a lot of people know that your testosterone is said to drop. Doesn't sound like much, but it adds up, and when we're talking about energy, motivation, recovery especially if you're someone that's still active. So if you're looking for testosterone support, that's why we're getting on Mars Men. And what's interesting is it's not just about how much testosterone your body makes, but the protein called SHBG basically binds it and makes it usable. So if your levels are technically fine, it's like having money in the bank and your card keeps getting declined. Mars Men's designed to help free up that free testosterone so your body can actually use what it's already producing. All natural ingredients. We're talking Tonga Ali, zinc, stuff you have heard of and has been studied. No needles, no weird synthetic stuff. Made in the USA, third-party tested, and they got a 90-day money-back guarantee. So there's really no downside to trying it. And for a limited time, our listeners can get 50% off for life, plus free shipping and 3 free gifts at mengotomars.com. That is mengotomars.com for 50% off and 3 free gifts when you go to checkout. It's also available on Amazon. And after your purchase, they're going to ask you where you heard about them. Please support the show. Tell them the BOYSCAST sent you at mengotomars.com. Boys, ED does not mean your love life is over. I'm talking about erectile dysfunction. It's a dirty word for a lot of dudes out there, but it doesn't have to be. It means your life's just getting started with personalized treatment options that help you take back control and spontaneity thanks to daily meds. ED is more common than you think, and through HIMS, you can access personalized treatment options for ED if prescribed. HIMS offers access to ED treatment options ranging from personalized products to trusted generics that cost 95% less than brand names if prescribed. You shouldn't have to feel like you're going out of your way just to feel like yourself. This isn't some one-size-fits-all, forgets you in the waiting room, or even that you have to go see an in-person doctor and make a whole hoopla about it. It's your health and goals put first with real medical providers making sure you get the results you need. HIMS is the digital front door that gets you back to your old self with simple 100% online access to trusted treatments for ED and more all in one place. Maybe you just need a little boost. Maybe you need some help feeling like your old self. Maybe something's going on in your head. Lots of different reasons.
Lots of things could be happening.
Maybe you're going through a slump.
Yep.
And HIMS can have you covered. I've been using HIMS for years, and I've been telling people about that for years. So get simple online access to personalized, affordable care for ED, hair loss, weight loss, and more. Visit hims.com/boyscast. That is hims.com/boyscast for your free online visit. hims.com/boyscast. Some fine print featured products do include compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescriptions required. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information. Actual price will depend on product and the prescription plan. The boomers, obviously, there's a lot of boomers that have been a very big detriment to that country for a lot of reasons, and all the policies that have hurt everyone else an opportunity have helped them in a lot of ways. Mm-hmm. But I was kind of thinking about it. And it is really true that you protest, like protesting is for young people and old people in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
You know, that the protests are so old, a lot of these protests, right? And that's what it is. It's like people get really, really involved in activism when they're young.
Yeah.
And then they have real life. And then after real life's over, they get back to that. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if the statistics show this, but I would imagine they do. That it is funny that like activism is kind of for young people and really old people.
Yeah. Unemployed people.
Yeah.
Or underemployed people.
Underemployed people. Yeah.
For sure. Not like everybody's unemployed, but for the most part, you're like, yeah, it's probably people with part-time jobs or retired.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you have time on your hands.
You have time on your hands.
And that's, you know what? And that's why you can probably put like rich wife, like rich tech wife that kids are grown now.
Yeah, you got lots of time, not much to do.
Yeah. And like even if she's like 45, it's like, yeah, but the kids are 14. Like she doesn't do any of the stuff. They have all these servants.
Or it's like baristas. We're like, yeah, you work 25 hours a week.
That's usually young though.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying on the young
So
side.
you can say someone that's older that's living like a young person, but activism is for the really young and the really old in some ways.
Yeah. I mean,
and in the middle, it's like
visually it looks like that.
In the middle, it's like usually dominated by people that are profiting off of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? Like if someone's 35 and they're like the activist, usually you look a little further and they're like, yes, I'm being paid. Like that's how I make a living as well.
Yeah. Get that Soros cash.
Now I want to talk about Jada Pinkett Smith because she's been back in the news.
What's she doing to this guy?
Right?
Just let her go, Will.
Jada Pinkett Smith, every time she does a press tour, she ruins this guy's life. And listen, we've made fun of Will Smith as much as the next guy. And I might have been accused of kicking him while he's down.
Sure. Punching down, if you will.
I would not say it's punching down. I would say kicking him while he's down.
Okay.
That being said, I wanted the best for him through all that. So my bullying was tough love.
Yeah. Yeah, we do want the best for him. We want to see him back at his heights. I agree. It's like it's hard to see a guy that was sick kind of become like this joke.
And I thought a little bit of, one of the reasons why Will got so wacky, in my opinion, is it felt like a guy that didn't have enough male friends that were, you know what I mean?
That he wasn't fucking?
He didn't have enough male friends because he probably had a lot of yes men in his circles.
Oh, it's all yes man.
You know what I mean? He has a lot of people being like, I'm going to do this, and everyone's like, killed it again.
Oh, especially
this guy can't
miss.
With
the music. Because he actually, Bad Boys 4, that is kind of probably on paper a can't miss scenario.
Sick, yeah.
Right? But,
yeah, that's sick.
But the music there's a real can miss possibility there. But everybody around him's like, nothing on Drake. Drake's got nothing on you, man.
Dude, are you sure you want to do this? Because once this comes out, I don't know if you're going to be able to make a movie again.
I don't think you're going to have time to do movies anymore.
Like if you release this, like just understand, you're making like a big career switch.
Yeah.
Like when this comes out, this is going to change everything.
Sure.
I want you to be sure. You know what I mean?
A lot of that happening.
But that being said, so we maybe kicked him while he's down. However, if you had a situation where someone in your life was in the biggest controversy of all time, no matter how right or wrong they were, where everyone was making fun of them, everyone was mad at them, people were disappointed in them, probably affecting their image, their career, their everything.
All the stuff,
Will Smith with the slap,
like as much if you're Eric Swalwell's friend right now.
Yes, if you're as much as you're and I do want to talk about that, as much as you're 100% in the wrong, it is still in that situation. If it was your friend, you would never go on a press tour at insult to injury.
No.
And you definitely wouldn't do that to your spouse.
No.
That might be the lowest thing you could do.
Look, I'm not a big proponent of honor killings, but I would get it if Will Smith did one.
I'll make an exception.
I would get it.
So she goes on another press tour, and it's thing after thing after thing, I think what was the first one where she went on and she was talking about how she disowned, as soon as the slap happened, that was disgusting, this and that. And you're just like, what are you, this is the...
he's defending your honor.
Yeah, again, it is a factor. So I'm not disagreeing with you. That is a good factor, but I think it's so irrelevant at that point. You know what I mean? It was just like, the man's had enough.
Yeah, he's had enough. He's your husband. Just like be his wife. I don't know. This isn't even like a friend. This is just like his wife.
It's the number one. You don't have
Scientology's putting her up.
If you don't have something that helps, don't say nothing at all.
Do you think Scientology's putting her up to all this wacky shit? Like
interesting.
They're like feeding her lines.
Will Smith did something where that Scientology has a problem with.
Maybe, and it's like Scientology's trying to destroy him. He's not being a good boy.
Yeah, she cannot get on the mic without screwing him over.
Just humiliating him.
Yeah. She literally goes on the press tour and she's like, yeah, it was just, it was one of those things where he was felt weird about it because the guy's dick was way bigger.
And she's like, 2 dicks, 1 hole. Try it. Try it and then get back to me. You're like, what? What do you mean?
So Jada Pinkett Smith says she admitted to cheating on Will Smith to protect his ego. And she goes, the reason I was banging other guys is, his ego, claiming that she could have taken it to the grave, but chose to come clean to protect her family and put her happiness aside to support his.
I don't get this.
That makes no sense.
I don't even understand the logic.
I think this, if I'm being honest, I think the captions, these clippers are out of control with kind of misinterpreting stuff.
Okay.
I think more what she's saying, if I was to give my synopsis, the intro into the video, is what she's saying in this particular clip that I have. There's many of them. I don't know if I'm going to play that many.
Yeah.
But in this particular clip, she's saying that, like, you know what? I'll be the bad guy because that's what it takes. I cheated and people aren't happy about it, and fine, I'll be the bad guy because if I come out and say what I should have said, which is I have needs, and actually I cheated on him because he wasn't fulfilling me, and actually what I did was actually reasonable because of my situation, but I said no. I will, to protect his ego and the Will Smith brand, I will say I did wrong here and I shouldn't have banged all those other guys. That's what she's saying. She was like, I was willing
he didn't meet my needs.
To accept some blame that I didn't even deserve, even though I'm the good guy here, in order to protect his name.
Okay.
That's how I interpret this clip.
The road together. So I'm like, well, I'm going to have to speak my truth. But I'm also going to protect you. Mm. So if I got to look like the adulterous wife to make sure you're good, I'm going to do it. Yeah. I learned how to love myself and not leave Will on the side of the road. And I hadn't learned how to love Will and not leave myself on the side of the road. In that moment, because I felt so bad that he was in this situation, I decided I'm going to love you, Will, and I'm going to leave myself at the side of the road. And on top of it, I want Will out. I don't want him part of this. Okay, I'm the bad guy.
20 years into marriage, she had to learn to love him. But you're obviously the funniest.
She wants him out?
She wants him out. I'm listening.
Out of what? little hint? I did, by the way, when I was little, because I wasn't watching that, and I was just picturing she's saying all that, and there's some fat woman eating cake, just being like,
Has nothing to do with it.
It's like totally unrelated. It's just like, this is the best cake she's ever had. Just literally everywhere.
I hate that way of speaking to the poetic,
she's doing
every single word.
The preacher kind of.
The preacher.
Talking.
I'm going to say that again. I had to learn to love him, to allow him to love me so I could be the bad guy. And that is something I had to do to myself. I had to allow myself to be the... Can you imagine a dude that got busted, famous guy... He got busted from his wife. Kevin Hart had a situation like that.
Sure.
Saying anything other...
Be like, yo, I had needs.
Saying anything other than my bad.
Yeah, she wasn't fulfilling my needs, so I was fucking all this strange.
And then I go,
and?
You are right. You guys are all looking around, and this information that I was banging hookers. Tiger Woods coming out to do his press conference where he'd apologize to the hoes, and instead he comes out and he goes, I just want to say, I'm going to say that I was in the wrong here, because I know that my wife needs that, and I'm willing to let you guys paint me as the villain to protect her.
Right.
In order to make her the person that you do not point a finger at. And it is, I will say this right now, Tiger, I am the villain, and I will wear that. And then you go, yeah, why'd you cheat on? You go, correct. You are allowed to say that. I will allow that. I will allow.
I'm the bad guy here.
You are correct. Yes, that is, give me my... I am, in fact, the bad man. And they go, yeah, you're bad. You go, yes, that is good. You all doing what I said right now, which is telling me I'm the bad guy to protect my wife.
Yeah, to protect your wife.
Can you imagine a man ever trying that fucking nonsense?
No guy on earth has those stones.
No stones.
No guy has those stones. Just be like, yeah, I had needs, and
I am going to allow you to call me the bad guy. That's how much that I am selfless. I am selflessly standing in front of you.
Bit of a word salad too from her.
Kurt Metzger had a funny joke where back in the day where he said that he had to apologize to the hose. That I always remember, but he goes, he had to apologize to the hose and mom. So he's like, hello, hose and mom. The hose and his mom were there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry, hose and mom.
Let y'all down.
Now, you know what? The slight detour. If you want to talk about the Swalwell thing for a second, how did Shkreli get the information?
No idea.
I thought you might be able to get that inside.
I didn't even ask him, but I have no idea.
Eric Swalwell, pussyhound Democrat guy in California.
Yeah, he was a congressman running for governor, and I think he was, as of fairly recently, I think he had taken the lead too.
A lot of people are saying they came out with all these allegations.
Well, is the Oppo research, that comes out when
that's what a lot of people were saying. Like they had this. I mean, it's pretty obvious they had this information. This was going away. They didn't want it. They make you disappear.
Well, the thing is so the first allegation was, he was cheating on his wife, which isn't great, but it's manageable. There was, some chick who was, I worked with him and, I sucked him off in his car and we had sex and I kind of regret it. And, everybody's like, it's not great. But then yesterday, I think some chick was like, yeah, he raped me. And you're like, okay, well, you're not coming back from that.
So now they're coming, now they have,
and then now they're coming with the video was in between those two things. And then there was a video of him in a hotel room, like open mouth kissing a hooker.
Which, by the way, I'll say on the
which is not a crime.
Not a crime.
Not a good idea.
It's a faux pas.
It's a faux pas. I mean, you have to pay extra. It doesn't come with the basic package.
Did you not tell me if you thought this? When you think of like, you think of these, these rich guys with the hookers sort of thing, and like, when they talk about like upper echelon parties, like, oh yeah, you almost expect it less grimy.
Yeah, honestly,
like it looked less.
That looked like one of the parties I had when I was like 20.
I was just
friends.
You hit the nail on the head.
Room, 2 twin beds.
Right.
Wasn't even one king bed.
Did it not look less cool with gray hair on your face?
Yeah, and he's blacked out. And
yeah.
Again, probably that works.
It looked like divorced dad on a bender.
And that probably works in his favor because now he just gets to do, I'm going to rehab, and you mark my words.
No, but you're saying he's got like they're saying straight up rape allegation.
Well, the rape allegation is not helping, but, and I'm sure that'll be adjudicated and we'll see what happens with that. But assuming that this is just kind of them piling on to kind of just like his enemies or.
Well, there was a bunch of them that were like, you read the thing and you're waiting for the bad part and you're kind of like, all right, okay.
Dude, I saw one thing where he was on like a yacht with some hoes with some other guy, and someone was like, look how bloodshot his eyes are. I'm like, okay, so he got hammered. I don't know.
He's hammered on a yacht with hoes.
He was hammered on a yacht. You're like, I don't know. It's not a crime. Probably not the best look for a congressman, but it's, I'm sure a lot of them do a lot worse than that. But again, he was so hammered that someone was just videotaping him. It reminded me of the Rob Ford crack video a little bit, where it's just like someone's got their video phone out. Just
yeah, whoa, how would he?
But I think he was so fucked up in the video, he didn't even notice. Didn't even notice. Yeah, not good though. He's got to go away for a little bit.
Yeah, he's done.
He's done. I don't even know what he.
But that's the power of these machines, man. If he pissed them off within I don't think this came out of nowhere. They have these, you know what I mean?
They don't have them on Mike Pence. No. Mike Pence is fucking free and clear. They probably were trying to dig shit up on Mike Pence, and they're like, I'm telling you, there's nothing.
He fucked someone. Come on.
I saw him kind of blow through a yellow. That's the best we got. Is he was driving and it was yellow and he went through the intersection. Yeah, on a yellow. That's kind of the dirt they have on Pence.
If you really
look, I mean, if you're in positions like this, I think there's some element.
You have to be the cleanest dude alive
for sure, or you don't.
But this guy's the opposite. This guy was like, he's letting it fly.
Oh yeah, he's letting it fly. He was making he's shit talking everybody. I mean, dude, he fucking dated for 2 years a Chinese spy, and that
forgot all about the spy too,
and that didn't even affect him. That didn't even hurt.
He skirted on the Chinese
spy. The spy was fine, and then, but again, like a credible rape accusation. That's it for the political career.
Yes.
Yeah, that's over.
Well, I think that you sent me this article, and you used to talk about we used to talk about this subreddit here, what was it called? The female dating strategy.
It's made into my foil has made it into the goddamn news.
So the female dating strategy was like red pill for females.
Yeah. And now with all all the guy stuff,
the manosphere
shit, now there's the Femosphere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Times have written, no hookups and men must pay inside the Femosphere. Now, again, I know a lot of women that operate how they're describing the Femosphere, and I don't have the hugest problem with it, if I'm being completely honest.
No.
They're just like, men are stupid. They're easy to manipulate. They have a lot of like, men are bad, this and that inherently. And
it's
very few men are good.
Value your worth as a woman, to a degree, which is fine. It's very much like pushing back against the Tinder culture of just like getting used up by dudes.
So I don't think there's a problem with a woman being like, I'm doing any means necessary to find. But then once you're in the relationship with the guy,
yeah.
If you act like this, like I've had women that are like this, where they kind of see men as idiots to be manipulated in a way. But then once you're in a relationship with one of them, it's like, well, you can't still act like that.
No.
Or it's like, that's not going to work for me.
Yeah, it's just like I'm just dating a hooker at this point.
But if you're like, hey, I'm using this to get what I want.
Yeah.
And then I get what I want. It's like, okay, well, now you have to actually be a good...
And I have standards. Like, I don't go on... I'm not getting all dolled up to go on a fucking coffee date. And you're like, that's fine. If that's who you are, like, that's fine.
Yeah.
Again...
They're not just like, it's not empowering for me to just get like, suck a bunch of dicks.
Yeah. Savannah, who they reference in this, who I'm very familiar with. Because I used to live stream and listen to every one of their podcasts.
Right.
She's like 400 pounds.
Really?
Yeah.
So... That's interesting because that's very interesting because she keeps talking about how to get like the high class man.
I know that is interesting, isn't it?
But wouldn't like a big part of it be like be hot? Because every girl I'm thinking of when I talk about this, and definitely women that I have dated, it's like you have to be hot though.
You think so?
Well, it doesn't work that's like the key component that makes it work.
I don't think there's 3 of them.
But what I will say is the same way that a guy can be like, it's some of the red pill stuff is like, yeah, but if you can make some money and get jacked or just get like, depending on your age, just like if you're like a jacked dude, you could have been like conventionally unattractive, but you've kind of convinced the world that
you kind of it's like an 80-20 thing. You figured out the 80.
Yeah. There's a way to do it where it's like a woman, if you're like not that hot, it's like a lot of these women, you get enough, work done and this and that, get some fake tits. It's like you can, then you find it like you can make that work.
Yeah, you can make it work. And again,
where you get treated like a hot girl because you're a hot girl for someone.
Yeah, and Savannah, if I recall, was single for the duration of the podcast.
Okay, so that's the flaw in this.
The other 2, one of them dipped on the podcast because she got a head injury. She fell off a horse, and but she did have a boyfriend. She lived in Vancouver, and then the other one, I don't think either had a boyfriend. But Savannah was definitely not the looker of the bunch.
Well, it's interesting that they are being talked about a lot.
Well, I don't even think from the so I haven't I haven't checked in on the podcast in years. So it sounds like I don't even think it's going anymore because even Savannah left. The one left and she's left.
So what's your commentary on the article and the thing?
Yeah, I mean, again, they're just drumming this up. They're bringing back the this femcell stuff just because the Manosphere documentary came back up, and they're just talking about, high value male, low value male, that whole stuff. Essentially, women should just have very high standards, like super high standards, which I always said.
Like, how hot are you? I don't know.
Exactly. You're like, this isn't good advice for all women.
Yeah.
Like have some standards, have some self-respect. There's nothing wrong with that. But there's definitely women who are probably, locked into this way of living who are essentially like, yeah, we only go out to nice restaurants on first dates. You're picking me up, all this stuff. And then they're also like, yeah, I only go out with guys who are over 6 feet tall and make $150,000 a year. And
well,
like, have you been on a date in 5 years?
The Red Pill street interview community is full of those.
Yeah, but you're like, have you been on a date in 5 years? It's like, no, but
yeah, I know.
I will be at some point. He's out there. And you're like, you haven't even got past the first date.
There is maybe nothing that has been worse for women than hot girls giving them advice. Like your average girl taking advice from a hot girl has been so detrimental to average girls.
And that's the thing too, is women Women will see a lot of, not all women, but a lot of women just lack kind of a self-awareness, and there's some degree of it.
It just leads to them being a friggin' like pincushion for dudes.
Yeah, and there is some degree of it that's understandable because obviously, like a guy who's like a 5 might never get a date. Like he might go on dating apps and literally not get one match, whereas a girl who's a 5 is just like her shit's blowing up.
Yeah, but
so they have a
just
kind of
come smash late at night.
Exactly. So it's it's a different system, I guess. But
well, I was thinking about in terms of like when we talk about like friend. Like there's always like a in comedy, but also everywhere the conversation of like can men and women be friends or whatever. But the difference is, for a man, a female friend is the highest honor. Mm-hmm. Where it's like if a woman's your actual friend as a guy, it's one of the highest honors. Oh. Especially if you're going, hey, I'm going to do none of this stuff with you, but I will still. There's no sexual component, just actual friends. Very high on the like.
It's a unicorn right there, though.
Well, but I'm saying that's very like. Unless you're a bitch. I'm saying in the case that you're not a bitch. I'm saying normal, like actually friends. Yeah. It's generally like you must think highly of this person.
Of course, yeah. They're like kind of one of the boys.
Yeah, like my female friends that I have, it's like I think highly of them.
Absolutely.
Enough to like,
Yeah, but the key component here is that I don't want to fuck any of them.
Some of them, I've ones that I would, yeah, but
no, but I'm saying I don't actively want, you know what I mean? Because there's so many guys who are like, yeah, it's a female friend. You go, all right, well, this is eventually going to get to the point where you try and shoot your shot, and then
so here's the thing, So here's where I'm switching it up on you a little bit,
yeah,
because I agree with what you're saying, but I'm saying that's not a friend. Mm-hmm. Like someone that you want to bang that you're hanging out with, that's not a friend. That's a guy trying to smash,
right?
I'm saying in the rare case, and this is the point I'm making, in the somewhat rare case, where actually you don't. Mm-hmm. Like you actually are like, no, I'm not.
Yeah, I agree.
And I'm not, it's rarer, but it does obviously exist. A lot of times there's some reason for it. Like you're in this, maybe friend group, but also there's a scenario where potentially maybe you work together in some capacity, but like, there is scenarios where now a lot of those after a while they do end up smashing. So that's why it's so rare.
It is so rare.
It's so rare that some people call it non-existent. That's why I'm calling it the highest honor. See what I'm saying here?
Agreed. Yeah, I do agree. But yeah, I think this film sells.
But the other side of it, is the lowest honor. A woman being like, I want you to do all this stuff. I'd like to do events with you, and I actually do want that, but no sex. That's the lowest honor.
Oh, that is
because if you thought
it's a humiliation ritual.
It's the lowest honor you can bestow on a man.
Yeah, you ever see those things where like people would post like, yeah, this is like my bestie, and he's like such a good friend. He took me out for dinner. And we're in a movie, and people are just like, oh my god.
It's the lowest honor for a man to be bestowed. My thing. So that's actually. It's the complete opposite.
Oh, so you're coming from your computer.
Oh my god!
Just mute it. Just hit the mute button. There we go.
Mute it.
Someone's angry. Bing, bing, bing.
Throw the laptop. You're in the chat group, isn't there?
Oh.
The chat group that you're in.
Oh, gotcha.
Goddamn. Nima Naz moved to
cool.
New York. Yes. Anyways, so. Aside from that, we talked about this a little bit, this Secretary Max, your girl.
Yeah.
But we didn't go through the full article, right?
No, we didn't.
So I want to say that the other side of this, and this is maybe what Will Smith did wrong.
Secretary Max.
So this guy wrote an article, How to Secretary Max Your Girl. And his whole pitch is if you don't intertwine her into your life in meaningful ways, she will get bored. She'll get bored of you, and also she'll have too much time on her hands.
Yeah,
she'll be scrolling on TikTok.
Right. You got to give her purpose in life.
And it says, this is people that even have a job or whatever. It says your girl is bored out of her mind, and it's your fault. She follows orders from her boss 5 days a week, but the man she actually loves won't give her a single task. Most guys are out here doing everything.
Chicks love tasks. I honestly, if you could take this article and replace it with your new golden retriever, this is how you train a dog.
Most guys are out here doing everything for themselves, wondering why the relationship fizzles. Build a dopamine loop reward system that has her. Listen, he's coming at it in harsh terms.
Get a clicker, get a clicker. Just
I'm gonna
give her a little kibble every time she does something good. A little bit of kibble.
Article went very viral.
Yeah.
Listen,
not practical.
Follow
this at your own risk, gentlemen.
Whereas me, on the other side of the aisle, is going the opposite way of Danny on this.
Yeah.
Is I actually, listen, I don't condone the way he's talking about it. I wouldn't, this business, you are correct. He comes at it in really harsh terms.
Dude, he's basically...
I agree with him.
Yeah, he's like, get her a Kong, fill it with peanut butter, and I'll give her something to do for a while.
Listen, and the listeners listening to us right now, you're free to agree with Danny, you're free to agree with me. I'm saying that I've thought this
is great if you can pull this off.
It's not, okay, you need to have some division, right? Where you're like, I'm bad at this, you do this thing for me.
Yeah.
Like maybe that is like, oh, you're the one that like books flights. I need you, hey, I need this thing. Could you do this for me? And by the way, there's no difference between this, Danny. Let me go the other way.
Yeah.
There's many men that feel many men wish death. There's many men that feel like, when a woman goes, hey, would you be able to, I can't, I'm not strong enough to hang this photo. Would you do that for me? And a guy goes, yeah, I would do that for, and then you kind of are like, yeah, I'm the man.
Sure.
And you like it.
Yeah.
But she goes, listen, I'm not totally one of those guys, but like there is things where a woman will be like, I have a task that's a blue job.
Yeah.
Like I can't do this.
I need a man.
And that's you.
Right.
And I couldn't do this. Can you do this for me? You're really good at that. And a lot of men will do those tasks and feel good about it.
Sure.
And much better than if they hired, you see her struggle. I think a lot of guys.
A different man.
You see a woman putting together something and she doesn't know how to do it. And you're like, do you want me to help? She's like, no. You're like insulted.
Yeah.
And you feel unvalued. You go, this woman has someone here at the house who's really good at this, better than her at it. And she doesn't ask me because why? She doesn't try. Like, that, so you can see.
I understand. Okay.
Yeah. Now switch it. That is at the core of this, where you go, I'm recognizing things that I think you'd be good at.
Yeah.
I'm showing you that I value them, and I'm giving you stuff that you do. You like doing it for me because I'm happy. I'm happy you did it.
Well, she has to like doing them.
She doesn't like doing them. She likes that she's done something that useful. You like.
Okay.
People like to be applauded.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. They like
the same way that if someone makes a meal
for you. They like a good
you,
performance evaluation.
They make a meal.
Wait, do you do a performance evaluation with you?
Obviously, I do a performance evaluation. I don't like talking about the performance evaluation. But if your wife makes a, and you're a little different here, but if your wife made a meal for you.
Oh, yeah, I love it.
And you said, oh, I love that. Are you treating her like a dog in that scenario?
No.
If someone. No. And so,
Yeah.
This is
but
where.
Even me saying love it, I'm not just like, not even when I'm like, I love that. It'd be great if you did this tomorrow.
He hasn't been able to secretary Max, and that's fine.
I've not been able to secretary Max. I try.
And
hey, can you get the fuck off your phone and do some laundry?
Well, this article is written to you.
Yeah.
Because it says, don't secretary Max at your own peril.
I tried. I'm working on building dopamine loops all over the house.
This might as well say how Danny can secretary Max. Yeah. Because you don't have a dopamine reward system. That's why you have so much online shopping going on.
I know. Well, that is the dopamine reward system.
Because you haven't created one, so one has been created in your absence.
Yes. I don't think. Hey, I figured out a way for you to get your dopamine and replacing your shopping with chores.
That's not what you say. You say, hey, I'm like fucking super busy. I'm doing this trip. We're going to this restaurant. Do you mind finding this for me? Now, this is an argument that people have made that. Some people you have a situation where you go, hey, can you find the restaurant? And they go, lo and behold, they found the most expensive one, the farthest away. Okay. So you go, they're so bad at it, they can't do it. Well, okay.
Weaponized incompetence.
Yeah, or actual incompetence.
Which is the worst form of incompetence to weaponize. You want like a mild incompetence weaponized, that's bad, but real incompetence weaponized.
But that's a fair criticism.
Yeah.
Like if someone was with me and they said, men like it when you actually give them the manly tasks. They feel like more like a man. You give a guy a jar to open and he opens it. Sure. He kind of feels cool.
I love an opening jar.
And then you say that to me and I go, no, I'm good. I don't want to do that stuff. Maybe it doesn't work on the right person. He goes, hey, can you fix this cabinet because I need a man to do it? I go, yeah, well, then find one.
Yeah, let's hire one. I don't know any, but if you find one, let me know because I can use a man too.
My car's got a flat tire. Can you help? Is your phone broken? Is that what you need?
Yeah.
But but that's a situation, and not saying everyone has the ability, but if you're with someone that has competence in some eras,
sure.
finding situations where that's useful for you, like let's
Absolutely.
say,
I mean, this is delegation.
we have to buy presents for, a lot of people being like, oh, we need presents for my delegation's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
We need presents for the kids at this thing we're going to. Like, could you handle that for me? I wouldn't know what to do. And then these jobs add up.
Yeah.
And I think it is a good thing to do. And some of these are fun for people. Like, I'm going this. What would be the closest hotel to the thing? Like, that's a fun job. For
sure.
some.
And now you're staying at the fucking Mandarin Oriental for some reason at $2,500 a night. You go, yeah, maybe.
We're having two different conversations. If you have a situation where you say, this person's so bad at everything that I couldn't even hire them as my secretary.
Yeah.
Well, that's, that you're back at.
Well, everybody's good at something.
Well, you can secretary Maxim on something, right?
You secretary.
Well, you've been given a secretary. It's the boss's kid. They're getting a summer job. He's paying them. This is your secretary. That's what's happening.
Something.
Yes, we know this isn't helping the company. He's paying out of pocket.
Sure.
What do you have her do?
Something.
Something.
Coffee.
Start.
She goes, I don't like coffee. It's not for you.
I think a lot of people have made a similar criticism, which your first criticism I disagree with. Your second criticism I agree with.
Yeah.
Your first criticism is this is wrong. I disagree with. It's good. The second criticism.
No, I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm just like, this is just degree of difficulty is high.
That is a fair argument that I'm willing to.
Yeah, degree of difficulty is high. I
don't see it as high. With some women, the degree of difficulty is very high.
Yeah. Yeah. Like the notion that, she's spending 3 hours scrolling through TikTok and you're going to somehow replace that with like tasks.
Well, I do.
Yeah. It's hard. High degree of difficulty.
Well, I don't have a list of the exact tasks, but there is a level of trust as well that you've exhibited.
And so here's the thing.
Where now I'm allowing you.
Just to clarify, because my wife does clean up a lot and tidy the house.
Well, you take shits everywhere. She has to. Someone's got to.
She's opening the trash can. You shit in the trash? I don't know. Someone was in the bathroom. She's like, nobody was in the bathroom. The door was just closed. Because the last shit you took, I had to close the door. The whole apartment smelled. But, she cleans up and stuff. So it's more like, additional tasks. Because there's always, I guess it depends what's already being done. Right.
These are tasks that...
like what's the baseline here?
Your baseline's what you're talking about, household chores that are not related to your career. After that, they start to be related to your career. Now, it's a fine line because you're not like, you start being like, oh, I need to get I'm applying for another job. Can you help me find other... Now there's a fine line between like it's a co-pilot now.
Yeah. Yeah. And, factors in aptitudes.
I'm telling you, there's some. I would read it for some people.
So you're a secretary, Max. You're going to start secretary, Max?
I already secretary, Max.
Yeah, but
I've been secretary, Maxing for years. I wouldn't put as much of a. I'm not doing it to the extent. Yeah. And I wouldn't call it that.
But
it's
kind of what you're doing, yeah.
But I do kind of make a joke about it sometimes, where it's like, you almost make a joke about it, where you're like, I'm not capable of getting hotels. That's your thing. Whatever.
Sure, yeah.
But it's not. But those are the small ones. There's bigger ones that you can. That's your. It's a level of women like your lives to be intertwined.
Of course they do. Yeah. No, I agree.
And you're finding ways to do that in a way that works for both of you.
Yeah. I mean, ideally, it'd be great to kind of lighten the load.
Picture this: your girl's on the couch, 3 hours into TikTok, eyes glazed. You come home from handling the groceries, booking the dinner reservation, confirming the flights, scheduling your own dentist appointment, researching which hotel has the best rooftop for your anniversary trip. You did this alone, and you're proud of it, Danny. And you're feeling like, and you're proud of it. You're proud of it. You go, I'm Danny. I can do it. You go, I'm Danny. I can do it.
Well, when I let her book the hotel and the restaurant, is fucking. I'm not eating the next month.
Not a single list on that. There's not a single thing on that list I would do.
No.
Meanwhile, she's watching a girl on her phone explain why she left her boyfriend of 4 years. And something in this girl's chest is stirring, all because she has nothing to do. No stake in your life, no mission. No sense that she's needed for anything beyond existing next to you and looking pretty.
Yeah.
The good little soy goy who does it all.
The soy goy. Soy goy.
That's what she's saying. You.
Soy goy.
She's saying the people that don't Secretary Max, the good little soy goy.
I like how it says soy goy TM. Like this guy's like trademarking soy goy. Because I better not see you using soy.
Man who does everything for a woman is not only a soy provider type, but he's also a shipwreck with a gay hero complex waiting to crash.
Literally the first, by the way, top comment. This would work if girls were good at doing any task. Ask her to research a restaurant and she'll find an overpriced girl dinner Instagram spot with shitty food. Dude, my wife.
No one said it's going to be easy.
Her number one thing when she tries to, and her number one complaint about any restaurant I pick is it's not dark enough.
Well, if she was with someone else, she wouldn't have that complaint. But
dude, literally, I'll find a restaurant and she goes, "It's too bright in here." I go, "Yeah, I go to restaurants because the food's good, not how dark it is."
She wants the vibe. She wants to pay an extra $100 because of the vibe.
She wants the $100 for them to just hit the dimmer switch and just go like this.
I know,
right? And I go, but they're using less electricity. This should be even cheaper.
Restaurants do charge way more if they're dim.
Yeah, dude. She's like, for her, I'm just like, yeah, we want to go to the Au Noir place in Toronto where you can't see your fucking.
No, you need to convince a woman that like when you're walking to places and it's dim, you go, "Oh, it looks closed."
Yeah.
And then she.
In my mind, it goes, "Oh, it looks expensive."
You go, "It's closed." Yeah, but you go, "It's closing." Like when the lights are dim, that's when they're closing. So we're being rude to come here.
Right? Yeah. No. She goes, "No. This place is a vibe." I go, "No, it's closed."
You are when they say you're paying for the vibe, you're paying for it to be a little bit dimmer.
Yeah, dimmer. That's it.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I hate that so much.
I agree with all that. So again, if they are if they don't want to be Secretary Max,
dude, I've been in restaurants where
they have to be open.
Where I'm just like fucking $400. I can't find my fork. Okay. Where is my? I'm like, where is my fork? It's so dark in here. Hate it.
Trying to think of things that would be you could do to Secretary Max. You go, "Hey, my feet are hurting. I need new orthotics." Old man.
I need. Everything's too loud.
Can you search the best?
Some earplugs.
Can you search the best orthotics for me?
Yeah.
Orthotics. Yeah. Would you be able to handle that for me to grab me some?
Again, but she's like, "Yeah, I found them. They're $900 custom orthotics."
That's you being like, no.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you have to give a budget. I mean, again, if this was
budget,
you're bringing up good points.
Budget.
It's not going to be working for everyone.
No.
In situations where it is possible, it's
all I'm saying, I don't disagree with it. I'm just saying it's a tough task.
It hasn't been for me.
Yeah.
No, soy guys complaining about how toxic this. And by the way. Yeah, the other way. I keep relating this, but it's like you want. Then also you're doing things the other way, like
right,
you know,
of course.
Solving a bigger problem, solving a this, solving a that, you know.
Yeah, well,
I can't think of any off the top of my head. There's some of them.
I have a good example of how I solve problems. So when my wife goes grocery shopping, she goes to Whole Foods and spends an inordinate amount of money. So now I shop on Amazon at Amazon Fresh, and I have to do it, but then I spend way less money.
Okay, so now you have this secretary that's working for you for an entire summer. What would you do if they did that? Would you explain to them we have a budget, or would you just say, "I guess I'll start doing it"?
Well,
even though she's getting paid to be here from your boss, and
I would say, "Hey, this is how we do it," and then and she goes, "Gotcha," and then she does it the old way again.
Okay, have you tried throwing a hissy fit?
I'm not a big hissy fit guy, and so then I would.
Have you tried having
patient?
Have you tried having a bank account with the money for that, and you transfer in the budget?
That's too much already. Well, I got to go set up a new bank account. I go, it's just easier.
It's too much to start up. But, you know, again, the boss is watching you. His daughter's here. She wants to know what her experience is, what she learned at the end of this year.
She learned that
you're a secretary.
She learned if she spends too much money that the boss will just do it. Take matters in his own hand.
Well, that becomes a selection issue and an aptitude problem. But you could say that about anything that with anyone is you go, the aptitude's not there. Mm-hmm. You know?
That's what I say.
Well,
that's when I give her motivational speeches. I go, seems like the aptitude's not
is this a problem? Is this possible though that it's a delegation issue where you go, listen, I love doing everything so much myself, and I'm such a control freak.
I'm not. I don't, and I'm not.
Then I can't trust her to come back and, you know, she booked a hotel and you're looking out being like, the view is atrocious.
Buddy.
Oh, you have to do everything.
As long as
you want it done right, you have to do everything yourself.
As long as there aren't bed bugs, I'm good.
Right.
That's my requirement.
Well, you don't have that much requirements. It's like, don't be disgusting.
Yeah.
And don't be like, fucking burning money.
Yeah.
Right. So how's that so hard?
You ask her.
I will.
Next time you see her, ask her.
I bet you when I talk to your wife, she's going to be like, I literally sent him this article. I was thinking I've been trying to secretary Max. He's been secretary minning me.
Yeah. She goes, I'm trying to do more stuff.
Literally, my eyes hurt from scrolling through TikTok because I've been secretary min.
She goes, I'm bored of TikTok. Seen everything there is on there.
I literally reached the end.
I got nothing to do.
I
wish there was stuff to do around.
Tried to book the hotel the other day. Slapped the phone out of my hand. Okay, whatever. Patreon.com/TheBoysCast premium extra episode every week. And we got a whole bunch of stuff to talk about over there. Appreciate all you and appreciate everyone who sent me articles over on the Patreon.
Yes, sir.
So we will see you at patreon.com/TheBoysCast.